Activism is the intersection of consciousness and action. It is the place where prayer and service activate love and spiritual principles become your lived practice. Sacred activism is how we show up as a beneficial presence in the world. And remember I talked about being the divine feminine mother? Yes, the nurturing presence. That's also sacred activism. Our values here at Center for Spiritual Living Ocala, we chose them together, so I invited you to say them with me with lots of enthusiasm. Wholeness of spirit, spiritual and personal growth, collaborative, synergistic community, abundance and prosperity, love and compassion, appreciation and gratitude, peace and balance, the power of freedom, diversity and inclusion, generosity, and thank you so much. And I think we're going to be choosing those again, just sending it out to the community on a regular basis, right? Yeah, fine-tuning them so that way we can know what's going on with our community and if our values line up. All right, and now for some announcements. What's coming up here and what's going on at Center, we have the Science of Mind magazine. Yes, we still have some in the bookstore. We have 2 copies available in the bookstore. It has daily affirmations and things that you could just read every day to just keep that spiritual center. So feel free to pick that up. Unless you're a digital person, you can go ahead and order it online. You can also rent a slide, and rent a slide that all those proceeds come directly into our general fund to help our community. And that's anything. It could be a business announcement, could be a birthday shout out. It could just be a picture of you saying, I'm fabulous and I just want to remind myself, whatever it is, rent a slide and get it up there so we can all celebrate with you. Spiritual Monthly Newsletter is also coming out towards the end of the month. It is out. Fantastic. So it well, it is fantastic. I like seeing it in my email. You know, you get lots of emails, and it's nice to get that one email that says, ooh, this is what's going on. And so it's fabulous to get. If you do not already get it, please let us know. Sign up for the newsletter. If you've signed up and you still don't get it, please let us know, because sometimes it gives us a little bit of a glitch, and we have to go on the back end and get it. And the QR code right there is to update the membership information. There are a couple of things that are there if you become a member of this community. And so we invite you to just tap in on a regular. The foundational course is offered on Thursdays. Is it too late to join? It's unfortunately too late to join this one. But the next foundational course will be coming up at some time. So if you missed this one and you're interested, the more people we get interested, the more we can get our teachers plugged in. If we don't have people interested, it's hard to put that class up there. We need to know what our community wants. Our Circle Sunday, from doubt to deeper connections with Reverend Cindy Grimes, our inspirator, is coming up Sunday, May 17th at 11.
And it's actually not with me. It will be with Reverend Peggy
Surprise!
next week.
Reverend Dr. Peggy will be here and leading that conversation. Ooh, y'all get my spiritual mamas. How lucky are y'all? That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Reverend Peggy. All right. Whole Body Nutrition Workshop. Is she here? No, she's not here. Unlike steady energy, crush cravings, and tame inflammation. That's Saturday, May 16th from 2 to 4. The conscious conversations that go around your body and nutrition. This person is a warrior. She is a warrior, and she comes with a story. And trust me when I tell you, if she says it, you're going to feel a little bit more like, maybe I should pay attention. So one bite, one change. Saturday, May 16th from 6 to 8, we have Gershon and Gina. Ooh, this is exciting. There's a sliding fee for this one. And you want to come in, this is kirtan? Yes, this is a kirtan chanting for those who tap into singing as a way to move energy through your body, who tap into the vibratory field that even if you don't sing and you just want to sit in that, which is the expression that is singing, come for this. It's a communal thing. You definitely don't want to miss this one. And they are coming all the way from Georgia, so you want to invite your friends. These are artists that are out there putting this work out there, and we want to support these artists so that they can continue to do this work. We know that music touches so much. The Ebb of Life. Where's Jen? Jennifer, can you speak to this just a moment?
So this Sunday, after Circle Sunday, we'll do the second part of the 3-part series. You can come to one, come to all, two, whatever. And this one is Sail Away Your Final Wishes. So things to think about. If you've not done end-of-life planning, I will share some thought-provoking questions, maybe things you've thought about, things you haven't. We'll talk about filling out a living will, and then what you do after you pass. We'll talk about that a bit too.
Thank you so much to our doula. Thank you. We have a game night coming up, Joyful Expressions. Our Posse trip is on the way. We know that we're going to be making it to Posse this year, or at least maybe Anton, because there's two different things coming up that we could plug into to get our cup filled up so that we can bring all that stuff back to you guys. And that this game night and taco bar is a part of that fundraiser. So even if you don't eat tacos, still come out for the camaraderie. Bring your friends. We're going to have games. We're just going to have so much fun, maybe karaoke and drumming. Y'all know how we do. It will be here at the center. Yes, May 23rd from 5 to 8 p.m. And the Conscious Exchange is about $15 per person and $10 for children. Roots of Remembrance. Can you speak to this? Root and Rise with Pam?
Yes. Well, this Memorial Day, I'll be holding a sound bath called Roots of Remembrance, From Grief to Grace. It'll be a gentle evening to honor what lives in your heart, whether that's a loved one, a memory, or a part of you that you're missing or grieving. It doesn't have to be about death. And also, I'll be having a community altar if you would like to bring in a picture or an item to put on there. And also, I am preparing to have shoulder surgery coming up, and I am having some people helping and holding space during it, Jennifer Moy and YPIR and my husband. So I would like to send the invite to you all to come and help heal.
Yeah, so while she's presenting this, the shoulder surgery showed up, but she's decided to still do this sound bath. And while she's in the sound bath, that's part of the medicine. And what we know about sound and vibration, we were formed in that. And stem cells are awesome at that time, in that beautiful incubator. So we can just call that to Pam for her healing to be sped up in such a wonderful, wonderful way. Volunteer opportunities, we need volunteers. We are a volunteer-run establishment, so it's awesome when we can all put our hands into the soil and help it grow. We co-create with each other in this community, so we're always learning from each and every one of you. Scan the QR code if you're interested and join us. The Hub, Work, Connect, Restore. Together we are rising. During the week when this building has all this beautiful, awesome energy in it, others get to work and have their expression go out into the world through this love vessel here. So thank you so much for those who have been working diligently on the Hub, and for those Hub members already. Do we have any Hub members in the audience here? I know that's me, YPIR. We are in there, so we are very excited. Jennifer is, so for those of us who do this kind of work out, professional work in the world, it's nice to have a place that we can come back to and do this work so we're not alone. And now, Joyful Expressions.
need to make a plan. Your heart will be your compass. Lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Let go. Float. Let go. Let go.
Peggy.
Dr. Peggy, now that you're in that space, just a reminder that we're in it. We're always in sound and vibration. Thank you, Reverend Peggy.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day. Donna was so right when she said how Happy Mother's Day should be greeting to all of us. Sometimes Mother's Day is a difficult holiday for individuals, but for everyone here at CSL Ocala, see yourself as the nurturer that Donna suggested that we are. We all have that wonderful maternal energy to nurture both ourselves and everyone else. And so today is a day for all of us to celebrate. If we've given birth, that's one thing, and that's wonderful, but that's not the only way that the world needs mothering today, is it? So I invite us to just turn within for a moment. Give thanks for the wonderful opportunity to be together here today. The beautiful music of inviting us to let go of the shore, to let go of our fears, to let go of that which is we might have carried into the room this morning. Let's just picture that we left it outside the door. And in this time, we are free of all our doubts and fears. I know doubts can be catalysts to bring good into our lives, and we might just hear about that today. But I give thanks that the infinite Spirit surrounds and blesses and lifts each one. I do give thanks for each person who's in the room today and online, knowing that each bring their consciousness to help lift and bless us all. And that comes full circle back into the lives who are sending the blessing, and that their lives are blessed by their being the blessing to others. I especially give thanks for our Reverend Cindy Grimes and how Spirit speaks through her to our very hearts. For us to be transformed by a word or a phrase or her talk this morning is something I invite us all to expect, because we each are on this path of divine unfoldment to grow spiritually, ever more expressing who we truly are. God in expression, children of God, divine, whole, complete. I do give thanks that all of this is so, and so it is.
Thanks so much, Reverend Peggy and Joyful Expressions. I got the best setup this morning, don't you think? Well, you haven't heard the talk yet, so once you hear it, you'll be like, wow, did they know what she was going to say? So we have a few first-time visitors, yes? Raise your hand if you're new to CSL Ocala, not if you're here for the first time today. Wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Happy, happy, happy Mother's Day. I've been looking forward to this talk for a little while. I came across an article as I was thinking about Mother's Day and what I was going to talk about today, because we get themes from home office, and I don't always jive with the theme. Today's theme was Divine Doubt, and I was feeling a little funny about it, but you'll find out. I've been turned around. And I'm going to share what I learned. And the first thing came from an article that I came across from, y'all have heard me talk about Vishen Lakhiani and Mind Valley. So this was an article by him, and I'm going to read some of it, and I'll paraphrase and whatever. It was really good. He says, a few days ago, I was standing in a dry riverbed in Namibia, watching a herd of elephants move across the sand. No noise, no competition, no struggle for power, just flow. Imagine 20 elephants moving as one, all of them, right? And he says, and at the front of the line, not the biggest, not the baddest, not the strongest, not the meanest, but guess who? Not the most aggressive. The oldest female. The oldest female. Yes, yes. Hello, hello. And he says, and in that moment, something clicked. What if everything we've been taught about leadership is backwards? So here's what fascinated me. The matriarch wasn't acting as a leader. She wasn't posturing. She wasn't signaling dominance. She wasn't trying to look powerful. She wasn't even trying. She was just keeping everyone alive. Namibian desert elephants are among the most extraordinary animals on Earth. They survive one of the harshest environments imaginable and can go up to 4 days without water, walking hundreds of kilometers over this barren land. They dig wells in dry riverbeds to access water hidden beneath the sand. And here's the wild part. The herd survives because one female remembers where to go. Wow, right? Right? The water sources that humans don't even know exist, and migration routes are passed down through memory. These are patterns that are encoded over decades. Fascinating, right? And when a matriarch dies too early, the herd doesn't just grieve, it gets lost, because the knowledge dies with the matriarch. So it turns out now that elephants are not unique. Across the animal kingdom, something fascinating appears. In the most intelligent social mammals, the ones who rely on cooperation, memory, and emotional bonds evolve toward female-led systems. And in humans, it's even further. Y'all keep smiling. It makes me happy. Especially being one of those older now, vintaged women. Vintaged women. So this is another amazing fun fact. That's why I have to share the whole thing with you. Out of more than 5,000 animal species on Earth, only a handful have evolved menopause. Talk about hot flashes earlier today. Who was that? So, 5 of them, I believe. So we've got humans, killer whales, pilot whales, belugas, and narwhals, which I didn't even know that was a real thing either. They are. So think about this now. Evolution is ruthless. It eliminates anything that doesn't serve survival. So why would it turn off reproduction in a female who still has decades of life ahead? We assume that menopause is a decline, a biological shutdown, but it turns out it's actually an upgrade. Yes. Scientists are calling this the grandmother hypothesis. Give it up for the grandmas in the room. And if you're grandma age, in certain species, older females become so valuable to survival, not by giving birth, but by giving guidance. So that evolution rewired their biology on purpose to free them from reproduction so that they could lead. Evolution didn't make a mistake, it made a decision. Stop reproducing. Your value is now wisdom. Yes, yes, yes. And he says, here are the patterns we can't deny, right? That these creatures live in multi-generational families, right? They communicate across distances. They form lifelong bonds, so much so that they mourn their dead, right? And they depend on that shared knowledge to survive. So we put the wisest female in front. It's not a decline, it's a promotion. Let's see. Something profound is happening during menopause. The woman's role is not shrinking, it is expanding. She is now protecting and guiding. So now we have different ways, like this idea of reframing leadership and what that looks like. So the leadership that we're used to seeing now in the world, and what we tend to honor most, although that is changing, as we see, performance leadership is all about who wins. Who wins. Whereas this matriarchal leadership, this matriarchal model, is about what sustains. What is going to keep us all well and healthy and alive and thriving. So whereas performance leadership or performative leadership or patriarchal leadership, whatever you want to call it, values speed and results, matriarchal leadership values community and care. And I want to reiterate again what Donna and Reverend Peggy both said, that we're not just talking masculine, feminine, men, women, because we have all of it. All of us have all of it. Some to more degrees than others, right? I know some men that are very, very effeminate, and some women who have very masculine tendencies, right? So this is for all of us. Performance leadership is about hierarchy and dominance. Are we seeing that? Anybody else notice that? Whereas matriarchal leadership is about kind of flattening out the hierarchies and seeing the value in all. And it's about power with, not power over. Performance leadership is about control, whereas matriarchal leadership is about trust and consensus. Could we use a little more of that? Performance leadership is about competition. Matriarchal leadership is about collaboration. Performance leadership is about certainty. Certainty. Whereas matriarchal leadership is about intuition. Being open at the top, right? Not feeling like you know everything. So that brings us then, wait, there's a couple more things in the article I want to share with you. I know, I don't want to miss anything because it was so good. In fact, I need to, yes, I'll make it available for you. He says there's a lie here also about emotion. Of 194 countries in the world, only about 10% are led by women. We didn't evolve it this way. It was constructed to be like this. And this is the lie about emotion. He says, here's where it gets uncomfortable. One of the most common arguments against female leadership is this: women are too emotional. So let's look at the data globally. 75% of suicides are males. Men die by suicide at 4 times the rate of women. Isn't that something? That's the part right there, right? Men commit 90% of the homicides, and over 95% of road rage incidents are male. It's not emotion, that is unprocessed emotion. Research shows that men suppress, women process, men avoid, women regulate. And again, he said, this is his words, I should have rephrased that, but the masculine versus the feminine, right? Again, we can see ourselves in all of this, right? So let me ask a question then. Which gender is actually struggling more with emotional control? We've created a world where the group most likely to explode under emotional pressure is called rational, and the group that's better at processing emotion is called too emotional. That's not logic, right? It's conditioning. It's conditioning. And so our natural tendencies get conditioned out of us, right? So back to the topic for today, this idea of divine doubt. And I'm a person of faith. And we're told if you're a person of faith, you know, you don't have doubts, right? That's not faith if you're in doubt. Well, what I've learned, what I realize, is that the opposite of doubt isn't faith, it's certainty. It's certainty, right? Because when you know all there is to know, you don't question anymore, right? So I was just thinking, how am I going to share this? Like what? And then life gave me a scenario. It was so perfect as I was debating. Do I want to talk about this? Do I don't want to talk about it? So my husband and I, this is how it went down. My husband and I are in the market for a new vehicle. And if you know me, you've heard me before, I say I live a charmed life. Life is always looking out for me, conspiring on my behalf, yes, right? With synchronicities and amazing things, amazing people. And it just happens like that for me. So we started talking about needing this car. And I see a friend of mine on Facebook pops up that she is, in fact, some of you will know this person, Reverend Marita Graves, who was a member of this community till she moved to St. Augustine. And she used to handle all of our like yard sales. She would speak and stuff, but she's real organized that way, and she loves to deal with stuff. So I see online that she has just posted that she is taking care of the estate of her uncle, who was sick, looking like he was going to be passing away shortly. There were pictures of him there. It was just horrible, which I thought was a little tacky, but anyway. So the pictures are there, as well as the pictures of all of these vehicles, because he owned an auto place. So it had a list of like a dozen different cars and all these other things that she was selling for him. And it was like, oh my God, there's the car. I have a choice between a Kia. No, was it a Kia? It was a Camry. It was a Camry, and it was a Honda CHV, and I was looking at all of these vehicles, and I shared with Grady the price was awesome. Like, we need to put some money down on this. So I reached out, and she's like, sure, which one do you like? Well, I like a couple of them. So she says, well, put down a little deposit, and we'll hold it for you, and then you can come out on Monday. So I'm just all excited, right? Like, I can't make up my mind between the Camry and the Civic. And so I asked for more pictures, which she sends, and then she wants the deposit. So we get a little bit of money out of our account and try to send it via Venmo, and Venmo says, fraud alert. This isn't a fraud alert. This is my money, and I want to spend it where I want to spend it, and I got to get the down payment on this thing because these cars are going fast. So I get the $2,000. Actually, Venmo said no. Then we go to Cash App, and so the $2,000 is ready to go. And then I reach out and I say, I'm not sure which one I want. She says, well, if you want both of them, you need to put more down for the other one. And I start feeling a little like, that's not cool, but okay, if that's what that's what you need. And so trying to get another couple of $1,000s to send to Marita to put down on the second car so she would hold both of them. Then I reach out to make sure that you're going to take the money that we put for both of these and put it on the one that we're going to buy, right? She says, of course, of course. So then I say, well, where am I picking this up? Because now the next part of money, I already put $2,000. The next part is not flowing through again. There's fraud alert. It's like, it's my freaking money, Cash App. I want to spend it where I want to spend it, and I'm not going to lose out on this car. So I asked Marita for the address. She sends it to me. All of this is happening via text message and messenger and all. And I plug in the address, and it comes back as a restaurant. I was like, oh my God, maybe I am being scammed. Holy moly, I better shut this thing down. So I shut down everything on Cash App. Thankfully, the money didn't flow through. And I said, well, I'll just explain it to her, when I get there. So I go and I check again. Maybe I made a mistake putting in the address. Sure enough, I did. It was not a restaurant address. I flip numbers, which I do sometimes. And it turned out that it was actually Marita's address. Came back as Marita's address. Except that the house was in a residential area, and the place where these cars were and the tractors and all these things was like a big it was like a complex. So something still is not right here. Something's not right. And so I look in my phone, and lo and behold, I actually did have a number for Marita. And it was not the same as the one that I got in the message on Facebook. And I was so certain through all of this that Marita would never rip me off, right? You know, Marita would never do that. Marita would never do that. Guess what? It wasn't Marita. It wasn't Marita. I found this number and I called it, which I haven't spoken to Marita in years. I didn't know I had her number, so I called it and she answered the phone. And I said, "Is your uncle ill? I'm so sorry to hear about that." She said, "I don't even have an uncle. And I'm so sorry this happened to you." All of that, all of the text messages, all of the pictures, all of the extra, the advertisements, all of it was a big scam. It was a big scam. I got my $2,000 back. It cost $56 to get my $2,000 back like that quickly, right? And last month, I talked about how the happiest or the most grateful people on the planet, do you remember that? Do you remember? The most grateful people on the planet are the ones who have just had a loss, the ones who know that a loss is coming, and the ones who just missed one. And I have been giddy for a month that I did not lose $2,000 to this scam, Beware, beware. They are sophisticated. And then they had the nerve to message me back again. Yeah, where's that money? They would just keep on going. I blocked everything. I blocked it all, but I did write them a nice message. Something about using their intelligence and their capacity and their power for good. If you can come up with a scam like that, why would you use it? Why would you use that intelligence to hurt people? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Right. What's that? That's true. For them, we're not people. We're not people. They're just numbers. You know, we're just numbers. You want to interject? Sure. And I'll. Oh, maybe we'll do this. Yeah, we'll do this later or in circle. In circle. So, yes. So, divine doubt. Divine doubt. I had my certainty. And my certainty almost got the best of me because I was sure it was my money. How dare they not let me spend my money where I want to spend it? Save me from myself. Save me from myself. Because I am divinely guided and protected, right? It made for a great story, and it only cost me $56. Not $2,000. So divine doubt is not fear. It's not fear. It's also not overthinking. You know, in retrospect, I was thinking back, like, this person was pushing a little bit too much for this money. And then I realized when I called the number, I didn't actually speak to a person, right? I would get a message back. We'll talk later. We'll talk tomorrow. Oh, I'm not available tomorrow. We'll talk on Monday. So happy we didn't take that ride to to St. Augustine. It's not overthinking. What divine doubt is an invitation to pause. It's an invitation to pause, to look again, right? To think a little deeper, and to protect and redirect as needed. Because ultimately, I'm taken care of, right? Right? And I know the perfect and right vehicle is showing up within our budget. Right, hun? So, faith, certainty, and divine doubt. Certainty says, I already know. I already know. It shuts down inquiry, it stops us from listening, and it resists correction. There's a quote, something like, the greatest obstacle to discovery is the illusion of knowledge. Right? If you think you know everything, why would you go on looking for more? Right? So certainty. Divine doubt says, what if there's more here than what I'm seeing? What if there's a bigger picture? What if there's a bigger view? What if there's something else that's trying to show itself to me? And you stay open at the top, right? It helps us, it keeps us teachable, it keeps us curious, it keeps us humble. The doubt. And then we have faith. Where does all of that fit in? Faith, and this is from the Bible, is the evidence of things not yet seen. But it says, I trust life enough to stay open and move forward. Right? Somebody's taking a picture. So here's an interesting thing that I learned right here in this place, that fear and faith are really the same principle. You see, fear is the expectation that the bad thing is going to happen, right? It tells you that the limitation, that thing you're afraid of is what is going to happen. Whereas faith says, why not the good thing, right? Faith is expecting possibility. It is expecting the thing that you do want to happen. You see, they're the same idea. The same mental faculty used on polar opposites. Does that make sense? Yeah. So divine doubt then prompts us to listen and stay open enough for the greater truth to evolve. So we call that intuition. Intuition. It's another one of those things that gets poo-pooed in the world, right? Because you can't quantify it. I can't intuit. I can't know what your intuition is. You can't know what mine is. There are 4 ways of knowing. We can know from observation and scientific knowing, which is the material world, right? We can know. And we can all share in that because we can all see the same things. In science, you do an experiment over and over. People replicate it, so you see that it's not just one person's idea. This is something that's universal. So that's observational knowledge. Then there's rational knowledge, which is you can use your logic and your intelligence to reason something out. And people can do that together and come to a same conclusion. Right? See, it's objective truth. Intuition is subjective truth, right? Nobody else can know what the meaning is of a particular event for you. Right? Something happens to you that feels just absolutely amazing and you share it with a friend and like they don't get the big deal. Well, it wasn't for them. It wasn't their revelation, it was yours. But that's what makes intuition a little bit trickier because nobody else can really corroborate that for you. Same thing with a direct revelation. When you walk in the room and you look across and you see the person and suddenly know, that's the love of my life. Then that happens for people. And nobody can tell you any different. You have people that have a near-death experience that no one else can experience or explain or corroborate, and yet the person knows for themselves that that is the truth. Right? So those are, we have to pay attention to all of those ways, and ideally whatever that experience is lines up for all of them. Right? It can be seen, it can be reasoned out, it makes sense to you, and you can know it in your heart. Now, sometimes there are people that claim to know things, and it doesn't line up with any of that other stuff, right? We know that that happens too. That's why I say you want it to line up with everything, all of those, right? It makes sense from a reasonable perspective, you know, right? It's logical, yeah, and you know for yourself. So, in any case, to strengthen your intuition, a few things, and we started this month with a little workshop on meditation and mindfulness, right? So that we could know and remember how to return ourselves to center. So to enhance your intuition, number 1, slow down. Slow down and take the time to just breathe. See, that was part of the scam too, right? It was the concern, the worry that somebody else is going to get this car. We need to get on this right now. Put the money in the pipeline, right? It was the speed. Instead of slowing down and like, wait a minute, if that car is meant for me, it's going to be there. My car is going to be there. I don't need to rush with this. But we got caught up. We got caught up with it because the price was amazing. Of course the price was amazing. So slow down. The other thing is learn your body's language. Learn what your body is telling you. Some of us feel it in the gut. Anybody else feel it when something's not quite right? You get the little butterflies, right? For some people, it's maybe a change in how they breathe. For some people, hear things even. You might hear things, you might feel things, you might see something. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody's physiology is different. So pay attention to your own. What is happening? Are you getting a little tingly sensation on the back of your neck? Your hair is standing up. Something is, either fabulously wonderful for me, or I think I need to take a step back. Right? We all have that capacity, all of us. So create your zone of quiet. We talked about that in terms of meditation and mindfulness. Being curious. Again, we've talked about that. Curiosity instead of certainty. Ask more questions. Ask more questions. And then, this is the big one, is cultivating self-trust. Trust in yourself. And how we do that is that we clean ourselves out, if you know what I mean, right? Like living true, living well, living in integrity. Because when you're not in integrity, when you have those sticky spots, life doesn't flow as well. So you clean up your relationships, things maybe lapses, you didn't take the library book back, or you've got late fees on something, or take care of those things. Take care of all of those things so that you know that you are trustworthy, right? That you can trust yourself. And then you will trust your own intuition that much more. And start paying attention. For years and years and years, I would step back like, oh, I feel this, or I'm thinking this, but nah, I can't be. That can't be. This one's coming up, so I have to share it. When I was in college, I came into the dorms in the middle of the semester, the term, and I ended up in a room that there were basketball players. It was a basketball team, so there were 2 girls in one room and the one in the other room. They were like towering over me. They were basketball players, and they were in their world, in their zone, and I was this stranger coming in. And so I walked in. Now, remember, this is in 1981. This happened, maybe 82. And I was not who I am now. I was not as open, not understanding so many things. I walked in and the vibe just didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. And the one person who was my roommate, again, didn't give good feelings, and there was another girl in the room with her, and I walked in and I was like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel right. I think these girls are in a relationship. Like, I don't know. My brother said, he was helping me move. He says, you're making all kinds of judgments about people you don't even know. I said, you know what? You're right. You're right. So I'm just going to make the best of this. Well, we ended up not liking each other at all. It didn't go well. But the vibe that I was getting, these girls, they were in a relationship, and that was part of the thing that wasn't great, was when they were in the room and I was in the living area and I was hearing all of the sounds that I didn't need to hear. and I knew what was going on, and it was very uncomfortable for me at that time. I didn't understand. And people were saying to me, Are you worried now that somebody might think that you're a lesbian? Because I'm rooming with lesbians? Oh my God. No, actually, that doesn't bother me at all. What bothered me more was just kind of the abuse. It just wasn't a good relationship. It didn't have anything to do with that. But it was is that me? A great, great learning experience for me. Opened up my mind in so many different kinds of ways. And I really took what my brother said to heart, that, you look at somebody and you're making up some stuff about them without knowing anything about anything. So you're so right. And I won't ever do that again. But I was right about a couple of things, right? I was right about a couple of things. And that has happened throughout the years, right? And I know that probably everybody in here has experienced something like that, where you put your inner knowing on the back burner and let somebody else's reality be the truth, and turns out to be not great. Yes? I'm seeing the heads going, yep. So this is an opportunity, especially for all of us vintage ladies. So remember, fear and certainty shout. Fear and certainty are loud. and they want to make you move, and it's all about action and speed. Whereas intuition whispers. It's a quiet voice, and that's why you have to get quiet to hear it. So why does this matter? I think it's pretty obvious, right, why it matters. But I'm going to say it anyway. The world is changing, right? We're seeing the cost of leadership that is rooted in domination, fear, and conquest. But survival doesn't favor the loudest voice. It does not favor the loudest voice. It favors the clearest one. It favors the one who remembers, the one who sees patterns, and the one who knows when to move and when to wait. That's the matriarch energy. And again, that matriarch energy is a stage of life. It doesn't have to do with whether you're a man or a woman. It's a phase. It's a time that we come into. At some point, the game of life changes. We let go of needing to win and needing to prove, and we start choosing to guide, protect, nurture, and elevate. And so, instead of being a performer now, we become a steward. We become a caregiver. Instead of competing, we become guardians. Instead of coming at things from certainty, we engage our wisdom and our curiosity and our questions. Instead of control, we trust. We trust that we are guided and that we are led. And instead of the alpha energy, right, the biggest, the baddest, the most aggressive, the most assertive, we step into matriarchal energy. And yes, even men. Even men. And so, we let love lead. We let love lead. Maybe we need more trust in our world and less certainty. And I think of all of the roles that I have had, all the things that I have done in my life, being a mother, parenting, is the role probably with the least certainty, right? The least certainty. We don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how they're going to turn out, no matter what you do, no matter how much you give. Our kids have their own life, right? We never know. But we lead with love anyway. Maybe we need more listening and less shouting. What about that? Even in our own minds, right? I find myself wanting to shout here quite a bit. You know, you read the headlines and you see what's going on, and you just want to shake somebody, right? Doesn't help. More listening and less shouting. Maybe we need more compassion and less need to control. Compassion for ourselves as well as others. Maybe we need more wisdom and less judgment. Isn't that true for all of us? Maybe we need more curiosity and less need to be right. Gosh, some of us will die on that one, right? Just that need to be right. I could be miserable and making everybody else around me miserable, but I am right, damn it. Anybody else have that? Need to be right. I used to. I'm not so bad with that one anymore. Another advantage of being more vintaged. And then maybe doubt doesn't exist. Maybe doubt exists to keep us open enough for wisdom, intuition, and love to guide us forward. Right? Maybe that's the purpose of divine doubt. Keep you open. And so, was this useful for anybody? Good. All right. So this is our affirmation then. And I'll say it first and invite you to say it along with me. I am guided in times of uncertainty. I am growing during moments of doubt, and I let love lead even when I don't have all the answers. Together. I am guided in times of uncertainty. I am growing during moments of doubt, and I let love lead even when I don't have all the answers. Yeah, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. All right. So I believe we've got Joyful Noise coming up for another song. Ah, Joyful Expressions. I just like that, Joyful Noise.
Thank you so much to our inspirator. I am a child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth.
I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have aligned for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on a tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me. I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all of life. Yes, I'm one with Father Time. To every blade of grass, to every shaking leaf on a tree, to every mountain top, I sing of the glory of God moving through all, moving as me, moving as moving as Awesome.
Thank you, Joyful Expressions. That was beautiful. We're all children of the universe, yes? Celebrating Mother's Day. If you have a mother, you get to celebrate, right, Donna? So this is the time where we celebrate our abundance And I'm going to invite you to say the affirmation along with me. It is the nature of life to give of itself, as it is the tree's nature to bear fruit and the flower's nature to bloom. It's my nature to share in the gifts of my time, talent, and treasure. I participate in the divine flow of life, giving generously and receiving abundantly. I am blessed and I am a blessing. I am grateful. So it is. Do you feel that? That you are blessed and a blessing. Wonderful. So as the basket is going around, there are prayer requests in there for anyone who may be going through a challenge, whether it's you personally or you want to offer some prayer for somebody else that's having a tough time. Fill out one of those requests, and myself and our practitioners and Reverend Peggy will pray over those this week for you and hold that truth for us. There are also other ways that you can give. You don't have to just put in the basket. You can do the text to give. Once that number is programmed into your phone, it's real easy. You just put the amount that you want to give and you hit send, and it goes right from you to us. And it's a beautiful thing. And that number is 352-320-5110. You can also give on our website, and you can also give in the vestibule using your card. Again, we accept your money in all kinds of ways. We do. That's right. And it's so appreciated, because the money that it takes to run this place comes from the people that come here, right? We don't get it from any place else. So to keep the lights on and to pay the minister and to pay the insurance and all those things that we have to do comes from the people that are here, that are giving money, but also giving of their time. You know, it takes a lot to run this place. That's it. Collaborative, synergistic community. And the reason synergy is in there is because the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. We know that 1 + 1 isn't just 2. It's 20, right? Or 200. That's what happens when we come together for common purpose. And so we want to support this work, all of us. And so I give thanks for everybody here and all of the ways that we give, and the folks that are not in the room today, people who are watching online, people that float in for different services. We just appreciate all of it. And so I'll go ahead and pray over those. Take this moment to just turn our attention within and give thanks for this day. Give thanks for this moment. Give thanks for the mothers, for the people that brought us into this world, and for that energy that is that matriarchal energy that is of nurturing and caring and support and love and sustaining. And so I know that it is part of each and every one of us here, and I am so grateful for the ways that we are all showing up in this universe, on this planet, in this time, showing how things can be done and living the possibility, not living in the past, not living in what we no longer want or what we fear, but the world that we know that we can create, because we are co-creators with Spirit. And so I'm grateful for those that are here. I'm grateful for those who are watching online. I am grateful also for those prayer requests that have come in, because I know that the answer to each and every prayer already exists, and I affirm that each one comes out of whatever that challenge is better, wiser, stronger, more compassionate. And so I give thanks for this time. I give thanks for the generosity of this community. I give thanks for the work that we are doing in the world. And I just pray peace and safety and blessings over each and every one as I release these words. And so it is. So it is. All right. So before we do that, I like to sing happy birthday to our May birthdays. We just had one. Come on. Where's the other one? He left the room. Another May birthday. Who else is in May? We sing him happy birthday. And we want to send some extra love here. She has her surgery coming up. Is that this week? Thursday. So send Pammy a little extra. And her birthday too. It's Lexi's birthday. Yes. All right. Come on, Lexi. Love it, love it. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God bless you. Happy birthday to you. I love it. There's another May birthday, but he walked out. So tell Grady, happy birthday. That's coming up for him this week. Any announcements? Anything that we need to say? There's some cookies, some snacks in the back there. Reverend Peggy is going to be running Circle next week. We're so excited. I will not be here, be celebrating Honey's birthday. So y'all represent really well because we've got some guests coming and want to make sure that we've got some folks in the room. And I know you'll be wonderful for Reverend Peggy. Yes, yes. And chocolate-covered strawberries. And you had something, Mary? Yes. Our public service announcement.
This is a public service announcement. I'm Mary. But I had someone call me, and it sounded just like my grandson. And he said he'd been in an accident, and that he was charged, although it wasn't his fault, and he went on and on and on. And he wanted me to bail him out of jail. And I'm telling you, it sounded like my grandson with a cold, but it sounded so much like my grandson. And then I tried to call their home, and I couldn't get to them right away, and it made me really nervous. And so that can happen. Thank God I didn't have to go through all the stuff that, it's a long story, but I didn't have to go through the whole ordeal of it. But I did call the police to see if they could do anything about it, and there's nothing they could do about it. So it's just really on us. It's on us. We have to be more aware.
Some of these people aren't even in the country doing this. And the same thing happened to my parents.
So that's also why nursing tells everyone to keep your support system strong. If you know that somebody calls you about a family member, the first thing you do is call your family member. Even if that person says, don't say anything, say something. Trust me, your family member will thank you. I would rather get that phone call, what's going on, because I would never ask my family to keep that from the people who are trusted. So hold that support system strong.
Well, y'all know that you got extra fortifications today. If anything should come your way, you're like divinely protected from all of that stuff. And you have that little bit of extra, right, of the intuition to know that that's not going to happen to anybody else here, right? In doubt, double check. And there's the other birthday boy back there, Grady. Happy birthday, Grady. All right. I think with that, we're Reverend Peggy.
Our closing blessing speaks to this.
Yes.
So when we say the closing blessing, we can think of online blessing.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Reverend Peggy. If you didn't hear that, you want to? So stand and say the blessing. Let's do that together.
Because movement helps solidify
Yes, it
thoughts.
does. Let it go down into your bones, right? All of it. So, Spirit lives, moves, and breathes as us in a wise and loving universe. We go forth guided, protected, and free, trusting love, trusting life, knowing all is unfolding perfectly. And so it is, and so it is. Happy Mother's Day. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Copy of that for my daughters.
Yes, yeah, here. I can.
Thank you,
Yes, I
everybody.
can.
If we can have a bit of help
Yes.
to pick up the chairs,
Yeah, I will send it to you. You can have this one. Take this one, although I'm not
just
sure
a little
which,
bit of help picking up the
does it
chairs. We
start?
stack